Good afternoon, my rogue army. My name is Erin Rogoff, and I would like to welcome you all back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be a list of questions that I'm going to answer based on BookTube. Some of the questions my friends sent me, other questions are things that I have discovered from other booktubers like myself. So first question, how many paperbacks and hardcover books do you own? As for paperbacks, 235 copies, not including my attic collection. And as for hardcovers, 100 books, not including my attic collection. How many Kindle books do you own? Presently, I own 1,575 Kindle books, and that is after sorting them and deleting the ones that I don't want anymore. And another question, what is your favorite book? Honestly, I can't choose a single book, so here's my top 3. Gone by Michael Grant, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, and the entire Crank trilogy by Ellen Hopkins. So that's kinda like 5 books right there, but anyway, you get my point. And what is your favorite genre to read? I can't choose a single genre, so I'll choose my top 3 again. High fantasy, science fiction, and young adult fiction, with any subgenre. What is your least favorite genre? Nonfiction. It's hard to explain why, but I need some sort of fantasy or fictional aspect in whatever book I'm reading. So if I had to read, like... Okay, that awkward silence is just proof that I can't remember the last time I actually read a nonfiction book. And what is the funniest thing that's happened to you while reading a book? Funny story. While I was reading 6 Months Later by Natalie D. Richards for the first time, I was actually drinking tea when I found out that Chloe's psychiatrist was drugging her by feeding her tea. So that didn't stop me from drinking the rest of my raspberry green tea, which is my favorite tea of all time. Oh my gosh. How old were you when you began reading? My mom read to me as a baby, and one of my earliest memories, besides watching Star Trek with my dad, was my mom reading to me. My mom would read me the Nancy Drew Mysteries by Carolyn Keene, and my dad would read me books about dinosaurs. And I even remember one of the books that my dad read me about a dinosaur named Maya, and I forget the name of the book. So if you actually remember reading a book about a dinosaur named Maya, it was either an iguanodon or what was it called? Yeah, I think it was an iguanodon named Maya. If you remember what that title is, let me know because I want to know that title. And since my dad has a few thousand more books than I do, I am not about to go through all of them unless I absolutely have to, because he has so many nonfiction books. It's just like, okay, that's interesting. Where's the fantasy section? So moving on. What is the first book you remember reading? Owl Babies by Martin Waddell. I remember my mom giving voices to the Owl Baby characters and then hugging me tightly when the mother owl returned in the book. And this is like when I don't know how old. I was a toddler, and then I was a little older, so maybe I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I remember this, but every time my mom would like make a motion like an owl swooping in, she would give me a huge hug, and I would want her to read me the book over again, just because I loved that. And then, who are my BookTube inspirations? I'd have to say my 2 favorite BookTubers are Jessie the Reader and Sasha Alsberg. I put practically every book Jessie reads on my to-be read list, and I do have Zenith, which is a book by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. So that is very cool. I can't wait to finish reading the book. So if you enjoyed this video of these 10 questions, hit that like button to show some support. Subscribe to my BookTube channel to get more videos like this, and have a great day, everyone!